Hello, good evening, friends. Your host for today's webinar, Amit Singh Atwal, Director Corporate Relations, Rayat and Bahra University, Mohali, Chandigarh. Today, we are conducting a webinar, How to Build Up Your Mental Health in this Pandemic COVID-19 situation. With me, a expert professional, Mr. G.S. Bedi, motivator, mind developer, and life learning coach. He is having a 25-year experience in education and business development. He is directly associated with Rayat and Bahra Education Group from 2008. Now, I welcome Mr. Bedi, Mr. Gurpreet Singh Bedi.
Hello, Amitji.
Hello, Bedi sir. How are you? How are you?
Very fine, sir.
Yeah, it's pleasant to see you after a long time, and it's my pleasure and thanks. I want to hear you live on this show. And before starting this webinar, sir, I request you to just brief something about how to build up the mental health in this pandemic COVID-19 situation
Uh,
to Mr.
right,
Bedi.
right, Amit, sir. You see, when we see the things, especially in COVID-19, today is going to be a very serious condition throughout the world. So, before we say things on mental disorders, mental health, so let me explain the basics. Biological, we all are same. A slight differences may be there, just like somebody are red skins, some are white skins, and some are dark skins. But basically, we are same, and genetically we are same. We do have same vital organs. We do have same perceptive organs. So the perceptive
Okay.
organs like ears, eyes, nose, mouth, and our skin, they all are collectively called perceptive organs, right? So what we listen through our ears, see through our eyes, smell through our nose, and taste through our mouth, and feel through our skin goes directly into our brain. So the information travels from these organs to the brain in the shape of electrical signal. And these signals are stored in our brain in the form of pattern or grooves. The perceptive level of each and every person is different. As I have already mentioned, the perceptive organs are same, but the perceptive level of each and every person is different. That varies according to the situation in which a person is living or a situation in which he take the things. If the perceptive level is different, that means so these perceptive organs they decide a human's priorities, choices, likes, dislikes, emotions. These patterns decide the wellness of a mind, and we can change or we can uh, upgrade or we can remove these patterns with the help of certain procedures and professionals, right? So in this condition of pandemic, everybody is feeling a panic. A situation is just like that. So mentally, it is very important to stay stable. So this is all I have mentioned to you regarding the basic knowledge of the mental wealth. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks, Mr. Bedi, just briefing us about the overview. But the first question which rises in my mind, what is the impact of such situation on the mind of the people who are in a lockdown from last 60 days?
Okay. Okay, sir. So before I say something about the impact of such situation on the mind of the people, let me explain what the social distancing is and how it affects the mind of any person. Right? So humans are basically social creatures. They always used to communicate with each other physically, and we used to gather in the crowd. We celebrate our marriages. We celebrate our sad occasions, and we get a physical contact with each other. But so far as Corona is concerned, it travels from person to person. If two humans they come closer to each other with less than uh, we can say 2 meter distance, right? So it is necessary to maintain the physical gap between two humans. So practically it is not possible. As I have already said, psychologically we are social creatures. And we love to meet each other. We love to shake hands. We love to hug each other. So to keep this physical distance intact, one has to uh, be aware about the social distancing. So practically, the authorities have decided to implement a lockdown. So during this lockdown condition, some forcible actions are going to be taken by the authorities to make people to stay at their home. And moreover, there is no movement outside allowed, and transportation is completely blocked. Industry is almost closed, and all government offices, private offices, they all are closed. Even education institute, they are not allowed to run. People have to stay at home, and certain precautions we have to measure just to sanitize the things regularly and just to wash your hands, cover your mouth and nose with a mask specially designed for this purpose. And we are not allowed to meet anybody except our own family members. And if somebody is infected, even that person is isolated from the rest of the family. So this societal level, I have told you this what kind of societal level we are facing right now. Now the question you have asked me, Amiji,
Okay.
that is the impact of such
Ji, ji.
situation on mind of the people, right? So the impact can be in a dual mode, that is outer and inner. The outer impact is known to everybody, right? We have to stay home as I have already mentioned there. But the inner impact that is not known to each and everybody. Our today's webinar is just to know more about the inner impacts on our mind. So,
Okay.
if it could be a matter of few days, the impact may be not high, right? But as we are seeing today, it's going to be a longer, and God knows how long it will go. So, in such conditions, we can say like that the more worse impact is on our mental level. How do we think, how do we deal with our environment, many of the restrictions they are going on, and this mental illness may lead to mental disorders, right? So it is more important to keep your mental level in a good health. Yes, everybody is aware about physical health, but so far as mental health is concerned, it is very important to nourish and to make such steps that your mental health should stay in good manner. JML sir.
Okay. So there is we are in a lockdown for a long time.
Yes,
We are doing exercise, physical exercise. Just you said me.
right.
It's good. But sir, just want to know from we will start from a small childrens which are the age of between 10 to 15.
Yes, right.
What you suggest? What, because these are the future of India.
Definitely.
And in entire life of 40 years, I have never seen this situation, and you have not seen. Because
Yes,
we have to build this build the take up the mental health of these students, these age
yes.
group to
Hmm.
be perfect. Can you
Yes.
suggest something between the age group of 10 to 15 and 10 to 18
Yes,
specifically?
definitely, definitely, sir. It is a situation we have never expected before, and especially for younger generation, it is a quite new experience, right? We do have a number of other pandemic diseases earlier, but for younger generation, as you said, sir, at the age of 10 to 15 years, it is quite good to know what kind of impact they may have, right? You see, we can say a child at the age of 10 to 15 years, mostly it's a adolescent age, right? So the quantum of, we can say, knowledge is quite low. So in that condition, it is the responsibility of elders to make them more comfortable. For that, they have to deal them in a proper way. Especially, they have to take care of their physical diet, right? At the same time, it is not possible for the people at this age to go for meditation and some uh, uh, those steps which are usually elders can take to nourish their
Yes,
minds.
yes.
Actually, at this stage, each and every child is dependent on their parents or their guards, right? So we will later on discuss how elders can see the mental disorders, right, in the society, so they can dealt accordingly if they are well known with these impacts and procedures, right? So we can say like that. If we proceed further, so we can discuss those things later on, right? Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. So just want to know what kind of mental disorder can be seen in the society after
Okay.
post COVID. It's a
Yes.
serious
Uh,
issues
yes.
nowadays.
So I'll try to relate the answers according to the question you have asked in the previous time. So according to me, it depends on the mental state. Certain disorders they are likely to appear in all humans. First of all, it is anxiety, anger, fear, frustration, sadness, sleep disorder, stress, boredom, and depression. So if we take one by one, so I will try to provide my viewers a little knowledge how these disorders act. Let's talk about anxiety. So anxiety means that a person who is little anxious or more anxious, it is not good for the mental health. Yes, some quantity of anxiety is must for a healthy mind. So far as anger is concerned and fear is concerned, frustration, sadness, sleep disorders, and stress, boredom, and depression, all these things they should be in a limited quantity because all these things they are emotionally, we can say they are emotional things which are going to happen in our mental state. And one thing very interesting and tricky is that we can control these disorders, and we can control these disorders by certain procedures, like we have to build up strong determination and we have to accept the change mentally. Yes, this is very important. The point is, when we accept the change mentally, then it becomes easier for the people to cope up with the circumstances, right? And we have to find alternate solutions to the problems. So far as I am concerned, we are concerned, I can rather I can say we are concerned. So it's a departure of my traditional way to see the audience. In the earlier times, I used to see my audience in a crowd in get-togethers, right? But now I have changed myself, so we can say we should mentally prepare to accept the changes, right? We should find the alternate solution to the problems. Take change as an opportunity. It is more important. You see, whenever the changes occurs in our life, if we are able to change those changes and it's okay. If we are not able to change those things, then it is advisable to go with that change. And moreover, if we talk about this pandemic disease, it is not going to happen uh, with a single person. We all are facing, even all countries, all the population around the world, they're facing the same situation as we are facing, right? So we have to accept this change. We have to see the things through another angle. And one thing
Okay.
very important to mention here is to willingness to transfer your life, right? So if we do not have the willingness to transformation of life, then it is not possible for us to cope up with such mental disorders. And moreover, a professional guidance and counseling can change the picture, right? So this is all about the mental disorders I have mentioned. So you can go for the next question, sir.
Okay. Basically, just now you're talking about the different types of mental disorder. I just
Hmm.
want to take this question to some next level. Sir,
Yes.
can you guide the professionals, young professionals?
Hmm.
Because this is a condition where young professionals have joined the corporate world. They
Yes.
started a new era of their age, and
Yes.
just going through this, suddenly they started.
Hmm.
Because yes, we have seen the struggle of our lives. That's true. You have
Yes.
seen, and all have seen. But
Right.
for
Right.
those youngsters who has just entered the corporate world and just seeing this condition after joining 6 or 7 months,
Hmm.
can you just guide something for them also?
Yes, definitely. You see, the people at this age, they are young enough and they are energetic to take the things very easily, to learn the things. The only thing is they have to take care of a few things, right? They have to take responsibility, they have to understand the impacts of such conditions. Before I say something more, I would like to share with you information about our body. See, our body has a number of chemicals, vitamins, minerals, metals, acids, alkalis, and lot of chemical reactions are going simultaneously in our body. And before we say something, we have to learn the engineering of the body first, right? So far as physical needs are concerned, we all know, but for mental needs, we didn't care of. So the age group which is younger at this time, it is advisable to be in a peace and calm situation, right? Always try to keep your mind in a current position. That is most important. If we take our mind to the past, that I was doing very well, then now it's going to be a change, I can't do anything else, or somebody is worried about the future, the financial losses that might create a great adverse effect on the mind of those people, right? They have to stay in a current position mentally. They have to discuss the things. They can discuss the things with their friends on telephone or social media is there. They can share their ideas. They can share the, we can say, about this what I can say, the things जैसे कि मान लीजिए कि वो ये समझते हैं कि अगर हम किसी से फ्रेंड से सलाह करेंगे तो उनको एक वेंट मिल जाएगा दे गॉट वेंट राइट टू keep this frustration out of their mind, right? The younger people they are more we can vibrant, so they have to stay in a cool condition. So these all factors they are responsible for that. And one thing more I would like to add here is that they should meditate for a couple of minutes daily in a routine. So meditation is the best
Okay.
exercise
Okay.
to keep the mental health very strong and powerful. Yes, sir.
One thing is finalized कि meditation is the best way to control all these things. What our
Definitely, sir.
prime minister used to say about to do the same. Sir,
Yes.
my next question
Hmm.
for you is regarding how to manage the social behavior in today's scenario, because this is
Yes.
also because
Yes.
n number of social sites are there, people are
Yes,
engaging
yes,
with them.
definitely, definitely. I am coming to that point. Accept that change, psychological change. Take it as an opportunity and learn new things. We have already mentioned there, right? So far as the information is available around we people, most of the people they are reliable on social media to get the information regarding this disease. The information is not reliable, right? So what we get
Okay,
out of this social media, each and every news is not authentic. It is not going to be the true one,
okay,
and moreover, it is not important for your mental health to make yourself aware by minute, taking news and see the pictures of deaths and all the disabilities around the world. So we are not going to make our mind an encyclopedia of news, right? So this will definitely overburden your mind and keep your mind and patterns in such a way which are not useful for such kind of practices. Yes, sir.
my one of the viewers, Mr. Davis, has just asked a question. Sir,
Hmm,
how we correlate this current situation
hmm.
with, just a minute, sir. How to engage the adults at home? He's asking.
Okay,
He just
how to
changed the question.
engage
He's
adults?
asking how to engage the adults,
Yes,
because you,
it is more important to engage ourselves uh, at home, right? So we can say like that we should manage our daily routine, right? Routine should be there. And one thing I would like to add is that we must get ready as you get ready earlier before this lockdown condition, right? Make yourself to stay in present. I have already mentioned. Do moderate exercise to keep your body fit. This will allow more blood to the brain, and if more blood is there and more oxygen will be there for the brain, and this will help the brain to be active, and definitely your thinking power will increase, right? Do moderate exercises to keep good flow of blood, and you might go for yoga too, right? Try to involve with your hobbies, that is more important. You can listen to the music, or you can go for some painting or drawing just to make your schedule busy, right? And one thing more important for the adults is just make a target daily. Make your target daily just to do the things. So you can manage your things in a streamlined way, right? Uh, we can use the internet also. So these kind of things they can definitely make person a more mentally stable. Yes, sir.
because the same thing we had also started. We are asking mothers to mom, just make different type of foods what you are planning to do earlier, because due
Hmm.
to our schedule you are unable to make. We have done the same thing. Our next question is from he's asking, sir,
Hmm.
please tell how to manage the time in this situation. He's asking.
Yes, yes, that is a very important question because some people find that it is very tough for them to pass their time, right? So I have already told that make a daily schedule, make small targets, fix your time for each activity, fix your time for getting the news updation, right? Fix your time to listen music, fix your time for reading the books, fix your time to plan, fix your time with your family members, fix your time for your recreation. And one thing more, I would like to say, if you are going to have some hobby, go for that hobby. It could be a painting
Hobbies.
too.
Good.
It could be a reutilization of those things in your home which are lying here and there and not attended at the earlier times, right? So you can make a new
Okay.
thing from that. So these kind of things, the time can pass easily, but it is not like that you have to spend all the time in the news section and gathering news from here and there and taking the rumors from the social media. And one thing
True, sir. True.
important I would like to say here is that if I advise you people not to listen to the rumors, then it's also another advice to all of you that you are not supposed to throw rumors on social media. Don't throw fake news, fake information which is not reliable, or you feel like that is just to make fun of others. So this is not a good practice. You should avoid rumors on social media. Yes,
Now, one thing is very clear. We should see the positive news. We should
ah,
feel positive.
definitely,
And if we
definitely.
will be positive, then only we can make our environment, our country, and our
Yes,
parents and the family positive. Sir, my next question is
definitely.
from Mr. Ramesh Kumar Bhardwaj.
Yes,
He
yes.
want to know from you, how can we take care of our emotional health? A very good question, sir. And
Yes, yes.
he's asking a genuine
Like,
question, because
yes.
these are the time where we are very emotionally.
Definitely, definitely. Actually, we are social creatures. I have already told, and we are emotional too.
Yes, sir.
We do have emotions for our family, for our friends, and all the people around in our society, right? To make them more elaborate. So I would like to share an information that we have three circles. We can say contact circles, right? The first one is inner circle, and the second one
Uh,
is outer circle, and third one is wider circle, right? So our emotions are more sensitive to our inner circle. So we can say like that the inner circle includes your family, your parents, and your one or two close friends, right? If something happens to those people, your emotions will be different or could be more vibrant. But so far as outer circle is concerned, that may include your colleagues, your class fellows, your doctors, lawyers, and so many other fellows, right? So our emotion level can be different for those people also. And the wider circle includes uh, the people of your town, the far away relatives. The level of emotions will be different from that one. So if we can say that our emotional level is different for these three inner circles, so that means for inner circle we have to make more focus, right? We have to make more care of that inner circle. For that, we have to spend a few more time with your family members. You may reduce the time on sitting on the internet, right? You may sit to the family members, you may sit to the parents, and you may talk to them, you may ask them about their health, and such things they will generate a good emotions, right? So it is more helpful to be more careful about your family member so that mentally and emotionally you may get a stronger vibrations. Yes, sir.
sir, next question is from my guest, Mr. Anuj Jindal.
Yes, sir.
He's asking how to channelize the energy of children during this lockdown, as they are stuck in homes since long and
Yes.
hence frustrated. And he's asking a genuine and the right question, sir.
एग्जैक्टली एग्जैक्टली सर जैसे आपने पहले भी क्वेश्चन पूछा था राइट तो मैं आपको एक चीज इसमें और शेयर करना चाहूंगा वो ये है कि ये हमारी एल्डर्स की ड्यूटी ज़्यादा बढ़ जाती है। We elders are more responsible to get engaged as children, right? So for that, we may play games, small indoor games with them. Now you can see we can use social media in a positive mode. TikTok is there, and other social media is there. We can make small videos. We can go for indoor games with them, and moreover, we can narrate small stories to them. It is very very important to share some words in mother tongue language, in their mother tongue language, right? It will generate a great impact on their mind. And definitely we have the ultimate motive is to engage our children in some activities, in some useful activities. Okay, try to learn them, try to motivate them, try to encourage them that you have all the abilities to do the things. So these encouragements and these type of advices and playing with those children definitely raise their mental level and make them busy. And I don't think so that they will get bored or any kind of mental disorders. It is more important for
Okay.
elders
I,
to cope up with these conditions regarding their children. Yes,
okay. Okay. Sir, just want to please share something tips for the students.
definitely.
Means how to
Definitely. I would like to share
handle
few
this
tips
situation.
for the students. The first and the most important tip for the student is to get early in the morning before sunrise. Either they are going to stay at their home. That doesn't mean they have to keep sleeping till 10 a.m., 11 a.m. It is not advisable and it is not good for mental health. So, my first and foremost advice to the students is that they must get early in the morning before sunrise. And one more practice they have to do before getting up from their bed, just close eyes, fold your hands, and just pray to God for just paying a thanks. So, this is an emotional tip. So, as I have already said, we are socially, we are social creatures, we are emotional creatures, and it is more important to control our emotions and use our emotions to control the mental health. And if we pay thanks to the God, it will definitely open the door of your subconscious mind. And you know, the subconscious mind is very important to build up a good personality, a good citizens, and good people, right? So it is more important to go for a little prayer in which we can make thanks to God that your deaths are going on and you are able to get up this morning. At the same moment, think of those people who are going to die. They are in a hospital, and you are quite lucky. For that, you have to pay thanks to the God. And second one is reading. So reading is very important. You may go for e-books on the internet because today is the era of internet and everybody is busy in the internet and mobiles and so on. So आप अगर व्हाट्सएप और फेसबुक पे टाइम थोड़ा कम करती तो अगर आप ई बुक्स
That's true,
को
sir.
लेते हो है ना तो दैट विल बी much convenient, much knowledgeable. It will make your time to pass easily. And another thing they can do is eat simple food during this pandemic. Eat hygienic and simple food. Avoid those spicy and fried foods, right? Try to involve
Okay.
in your hobby, engage yourself in your studies, and do exercise. Stop excessive use of internet, right? I have already said internet is useful, but excessive use of internet is not advisable. Spend time with your family, and one thing very important is drink plenty of water. I repeat, one thing very important is Drink plenty of water. So this is good for health and mental
Okay.
stability. Most of the people in such conditions, they are panicked, they are not feeling well, they feel sad, they feel loneliness, frustration, and they used to consume less water. So this is little bit harmful. If they drink plenty of water, it will be
Okay.
more good for them, and it will help them to keep their mental state in a better way. Yes, sir.
Uh, Bedichi, I just want to ask one more question. Sir,
Yes.
this is a condition because this is a time in India when
Hmm.
every parent, every student who is passing the class 12 is
Yes.
planning for his career
Yes.
because you are a very good counselor also, I know,
Thank you, sir. Thank
and
you.
you are counseling and supporting the students.
Yes.
uh, you are a renowned name in North India. I know this also, sir. I want to know, sir, in this current situation,
Hmm.
how a parent, a student can choose a career, because this is a
Right.
situation because previously what we are happening, we are doing a number of activities, we are live, we can go
Hmm.
everywhere, but now we can't go. How to
Yes.
choose a best career in this condition? Can you help
Right.
our students and the parents?
Right. So far as the career options are concerned, first of all, we have to see that what are your interests, right? Those days are gone when we think कि बस ये इंजीनियरिंग कर लो तो कैरियर बन गया, डॉक्टरेट पढ़ लो कैरियर बन गया, बट अब वो टाइम नहीं रहा सर. Now it is more important that योर इंटरेस्ट इज एट द फॉरमोस्ट. आपका इंटरेस्ट किस में है? मान लीजिए आप कंप्यूटर्स करना चाहते हो, आप कोई और कोर्स करना चाहते हो, कोई अल्टरनेट कोर्स करना चाहते हो, आप अपनी फैमिली के प्रेशर की वजह से आपने एक ऐसा स्ट्रीम ऑप्ट कर लिया जिसमें आपका इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. तो आई वुड लाइक टू सजेस्ट दोज पीपल, they have to build up a courage to tell society, to tell their parents that they are not going for their choices. They are going to have their own choice. And the second most thing, which is more important, is just before start any professional course or any other degree course, just see the consequences for the coming 40 years, because they have to spend the whole time in that stream. वो आने वाले जो 40 साल हैं उनके बारे में सोचें कि जो स्ट्रीम जो कोर्स वो करना चाहते हैं उसका आने वाले टाइम में, स्पेशली जो बंदे काम करते, जैसे अभी +2 का बच्चा है, उसकी एज जो होगी लगभग 18 साल से 20 साल तक की होगी, राइट? तो एक
Yes,
नॉर्मल
sir. Yes,
बंदा
sir.
60 साल तक काम करता है, राइट? सो दे हैव टू थिंक इन अ थॉरो वे that what could be the consequences of those professional courses for the coming 40 years, right? So for that, they can have some previous records, the level of placements, right? The level of good
Okay.
institutions, the level of the environment in their country. So, right. So these things will help them to choose the best of the career. So far as this pandemic is concerned, so it is more important to add on few things, right? You see, today as we are going on webinar, right? So it is not a traditional way to learn the things. So the social media, the internet, the computers, and all these things, they are going to be more important. We have already seen this. हमने सभी ये देखा कि बाकी सब कुछ बंद हो गया, लेकिन हमारा इंटरनेट चल रहा है, right? So in such
Hanji.
conditions,
Yes,
we
sir.
have to focus on those things which are more important and going to be increased day by day. Their consumptions and people involved in these kind of professional courses and professionalism, we have to go for those things which are going to be more important in the coming days, right? So certain professional courses are there, so they are more authentic and they are more interesting. The placement is good, and people are opting more and more for those chances. And moreover, one thing I would like
Okay.
to add the thing is that they have to choose their institutions very consciously. Most of the people they फाइंड दैट कि फीस कहाँ पे कम है, राइट, हमारे घर के पास कौन सा इंस्टीट्यूशन है। ये चीज़ें आपको थोड़ी देर के लिए तो अच्छी सिचुएशन दे सकती हैं, लेकिन आपके फ्यूचर में नहीं। For good learning, you have to join a good institution. There are certain parameters
Okay.
we will discuss in some other webinar for those things. So today we will focus only on the mental wellness. And anything else, sir, you are going to ask?
Just want to know, sir, ki, last question is there for
Mhm.
you. For
Yes,
you're always talking about positive thoughts, and
yes.
you should pray to God. And how to maintain a social distancing or a distancing within a family when you are living together?
Yes, it is very important. You see, I have already told you and discussed with the people and audience that social distancing is a kind of thing which can be managed. इसके alternate और बड़े बन चुके हैं as we are using the social media and using internet, right? So we may share good pictures among friends, good videos among friends, which is informative, right? And
Okay,
we may suggest our friends and family members to engage with each other, sharing their ideas, sharing their
okay,
planning, sharing their emotions, and all these things they are good enough to be socially intact with each other. ये जरूरी नहीं है कि हमने फिजिकली मिलके ही सब कुछ करना है, तो हम मानते हैं कि साइकोलॉजिकली हमें इससे थोड़ा सा फर्क पड़ेगा, बट जो चेंजेस हैं उसको हमें एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा। नए नए तरीके जो अभी आने वाले टाइम में चलेंगे उनको हमें मेंटली एब्जॉर्ब करना पड़ेगा, मेंटली इम्प्लीमेंट करना पड़ेगा, तभी हम मेंटली अपने आप को स्ट्रॉन्ग कर सकते हैं। यस सर।
thanks, Vedi sir,
इज देयर एनी?
and for this informative webinar and sharing your views on how to build up the mental health in this pandemic COVID-19. And thanks to the viewer who is watching this live, and thanks for those who asked the questions. And I think you are satisfied with the answers given by our motivator, Mr. Gurpreet Singh Bedi. Thank you, sir. I again thanks to you for coming
Okay
up
sir,
for this session.
that's my pleasure sir, that's my pleasure.
And thanks for the viewers. Today we are closing this session, and soon we are coming up with the chapter 3, and we will update you on social media and on from the different channel. And I thank Mr. Pankaj for supporting us to making this entire webinar online. And thanks to the Rayat and Bahra families. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you.